Hello and welcome back to the instructional video for YouTube. General topic is guitarist time signatures or any instrument time signatures, but I'm focusing mainly for guitarists here. And the topic that we'll be covering today is the bottom number in the time signatures. And I know some of you are like, wow, it's about time. If you look at the other videos, we've been covering the top number in 4/4, 5/4, 7/4, 9/4, 9/8, 7/8, and those kind of things. And I've kind of brushed by the bottom number a little bit just to focus on the top one. But now that you have a good understanding of the top number, I want to go ahead and explain the bottom number so you can really get a good grasp of what that means so that you can totally understand it. First of all, before we start in, there's a couple of new additions. I've added links over here on the side of the page, and you should be able to link to all of the videos in the series now. So it should make it really easy to navigate between all four. And so if you're just coming in on this one, you don't quite know what's going on, feel free to go back to the other videos and watch them through. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so the bottom number. The easiest way to understand this is to use a metronome. And so I'm using a program here on my Mac called Dr. Betotte, and I'll put a link over here on the side of the page to it. And it's a fantastic metronome program. It divides everything into quarter notes, eighth notes, triplets with a swing, whatever you want. It even has little progressions that you can jam along to. So really useful program. And so I've got this metronome set on 100 beats per minute. So if you've got a metronome and you want to follow along, you can set your metronome to 100 beats per minute, and this will really make the bottom number of a time signature clear. Okay, so let's start with 4/4 and get a good understanding of what that means, and then we'll go on to the odd time signatures and the other bottom numbers. 4/4 means that for every measure of 4 beats, all 4 of them are being played. In other words, quarter notes. So if 25 cents, 1 quarter, 4 quarters make $1. Same idea. So in one measure, all 4 beats are being played. And so this is going to sound like this at 100 beats per minute. 2, 2, 3, 4. So here you can hear it plain and simple. That's a 4/4 beat. Now, when you put an 8 on the bottom, when you let's say you make a beat like 8/8, here's what happens. Exact same tempo. I'm not changing the tempo or anything. I'm just going to add the 8/8 accent into it. So if you remember, that initial one was 1, 2, 3, 4. Now here's 8/8 at 100 beats per minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And back to 4/4. 7/8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. Same tempo. This is 4/4. And here's 8/8. Back to 4/4. So if you notice that 8/8 is really contained within 4/4, it's just a subdivision. And what the 8 means is that there's eighth notes being played. So if you see 16, same idea. It's going to be double that speed. So what you just heard of this time it's going to be and that's going to be the 16. So anytime you see the bottom number, just think subdivisions of the beat. Okay, so now we're staying at the same tempo, and let's learn how to count 5/4. I'm going to move up to 5 from 4 so that you can hear it directly. Now, we've already covered how to count 5/4 and how to play in it, so this is a good way that you can really practice it and practice the timing. And you'll hear how similar this is to 4/4. So we heard 4/4 at 100 beats per minute. Now here's 5/4 at 100 beats per minute. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to 4/4 real quick. Listen to this. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now 5/4 at 100 beats per minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's counted at the same exact speed as 4/4. And it's the same except you're just adding another beat to count 5/4, and it's the same thing with 6/4, and same thing with 7/4. Now remember what happened when we turned that 4/4 into an 8/8? Well, now let's turn it to 5/8, and you'll hear. So again, just to recap, this is 4/4, 8/8. Okay, and now let's turn it to 5/4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now 8/8. Or excuse me, sorry, 5/8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, you can hear that the 8 is the subdivision. It's a smaller subdivision of 5/4, and you notice that 2 measures of 5/8 are contained within 1 measure of 5/4 at 100 beats per minute. So whenever you see the 8, whenever you see the 16, the 4 on the bottom, whatever it may be, all that means is subdivisions. So for example, if you've got a bunch of a bunch of rhythms, odd time signatures that are put together, like let's say you've got a measure of 4, measure of 5, and a measure of 6, all in one row. Listen to how this is going to sound. It's very easy when you have the metronome. This is 100 beats per minute, and it's going to go 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. Let's do quarter notes just to make it easy. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. That was a measure of 4, a measure of 5, and a measure of 6 at 100 beats per minute. Now, same principle applies when you do 8 on the bottom. Let's do a measure of 8/8 and then 5/8. Or actually, let's do a measure of 8/8 and then 2 measures of 5/8 and 2 measures of 6/8. That way you can hear what those sound like. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there you go. So that bottom number is just subdivisions. And that's the way that you can tell. Beats per minute on the tempo is what makes all the difference on whether something is 5/8 or 5/4, or 7/8 versus 7/4, or 9/8 versus 9/4. If it's on the quarter note, if it's on your tempo, like if it's 100 beats per minute and you're counting 1 for every click, then it's probably a 4 on the bottom. If you're counting 2 for every click, or if it's a fast tempo like that, then it's probably 5/8. And again, subjective, because what if you double the metronome to 200 beats per minute? Well, yeah, that's kind of your call, but generally speaking, that's how you can tell the difference. And this will be actually an excellent lead-in into the next lesson, which is polyrhythms. And I'll show you how to use this, and we covered it just a little bit, but I'll show you how to use this to start making basic polyrhythms. So I hope this helps, and again, there's links to the other ones, and I'll be making the polyrhythms soon. Thanks a lot.